So hopefully next time. Oh, am I gone? I'm not. I'm still here.
You're here. I was just setting the recording.
Okay. All right. So I guess the recording just started, so I'll say welcome again. Welcome to the Tressy Trek Open House on Telegram. So I just want to welcome the Teletrekkers, the Facebook Trekkers, and the Rumbleckers. That's my new language for you guys. All right. And I want to welcome our fellow podcasters. And I want to thank our fellow neighboring mods. We had neighboring mods who came and helped save us from destruction. So we got invaded, as most everybody knows, and who knew? I mean, I'm not used to the world of bots. You get a little tiny bit on Facebook, but not much, and so that was pretty wild. But we endured it, and we overcame because of these wonderful neighbors who came in who were skilled, and I thank you so much for doing that. And then I want to thank our brand new mod squad. Oh my gosh. Okay, we've got something going on our phone here. 1 second. Good? Okay. All right. So anyway, our mod squad consists of, I'm going to call her Sky Angel Patriot and Ruthless Warrior. We have Lisa. We have Sherry Loves Jesus. And we have the Reba Woman. All right. So these guys work tirelessly, and I am so honored beyond anything I could ever express. I'm just awed at their dedication and loyalty and just their hard work. So I want to announce our trekkers of the night. All right. We have 2 for tonight. So we're going to do a double portion blessing. And one of our selections is Peter Bruno. Hey, Peter, you're probably catching this on the replay. We love you, and we want you to know that we're going to be sending you some gifts. All right? We're going to load you up with blessings. And then our next trekker of the night is Tammy Pineda. All right? I want to honor you, Tammy, because you faced your fears and came onto a new platform that you weren't used to. And maybe a lot of you have done that. And we just want to thank you for jumping into a bigger pond and, just getting out of your comfort zone. Because a lot of people are used to Facebook, and they just don't feel comfortable even trying something new. And so I just want to say, Tammy, we're so proud of you that you made it over, and we want to load you up with blessings. So we need you to email us at hope@someonebelievesyou.org, and we'll deliver those gifts to you. All right. Okay. We have a message tonight from, no?
I can't.
You can't play it. Oh.
I can't, if I bring it up, I'll lose you.
All right. We had a message, but we can't deliver it without my computer being in the mix. So it was from Ginger from, what is her channel called?
Liberty Lounge.
Liberty Lounge. And she gave us an open house blessing, and we're actually going to be on her show on Sunday, and that is at 6 p.m. Central, 7 Eastern on Sunday night. All right. So everybody can just migrate over to Ginger's platform for Sunday night. All right. Okay. And we'll give all the instruction and information on that in the chat and on our announcement page. All right. So hopefully everybody understands that we have a chat group, but we also have an announcement page for those who don't like to chat. And so some people feel like they have to keep up, and they can't keep up. And you don't have to keep up. You can just, go in and see what the conversation is and scroll. And our members put a lot of good information out, a lot of interesting things And then they just encourage each other. And you can ask for prayer in there, although you can also email us at Tressy'sTeam77@protonmail.com, and we have a dedicated prayer team now. First time in our 40-year history to have a dedicated prayer team that will actually pray prophetically for you, not just the same old simplistic answers. They actually hear from God. These are people that I've trained for 3 years, and I trust them. They are people that if I wanted to get an external word from God outside of myself, have someone else confirm to me what I've already heard, I would ask these ladies. All right. And so they're amazing. And so then I wanted to play the flutes for you, but I just don't see how that's going to work. But I'm going to at least give it a try, because last time I tried, you couldn't hear the flute at all. Zero. It was like complete silence. And so I just want to give it a test just for fun, just to see if it's different on this platform. All right. So can you hand me the wooden flute? All right. So this is the eagle flute. And, the eagle flute stands for people who feel like they're a loner. They have been misunderstood their whole lives. It's all of us, right? You too, right? And you long for the real world. You want to soar above the matrix, and you're not satisfied with following the pack. You are willing to stand alone for the sake of truth. And that is what this flute represents. So when people hear it, their heart leaps, all right, because of the frequency. And once again, on Chance's platform, one of his moderators, I don't know if he's a moderator or contributor, Brian, he gave me a beautiful message when I was on there about the frequency issue and how this flute is tuned to A440. There's nothing I can do about that. And I said, I'll have to get all new flutes. And he said, no, because your frequency, when you blow it, changes everything. And the thing is, God had already told me that when I play, he blows through me and it changes everything. So I think I'm pretty set. All right. So I'm going to give it a try, and I want to see if someone can let me know. Can you hear it? All right. And does it sound distorted, or how does it sound? All right, here we go. This is so hard to get to the microphone here. Let me try this once. Whoops. Okay. Can you hear it? Anybody saying anything?
Yeah,
I can't.
we can hear it somewhat, but it was coming through.
Pardon? It's coming through.
Yes, it was coming through somewhat.
Somewhat. That's not good enough.
Tressy said it's in and out.
In and out.
Right.
No, I'm not going to do it. Okay. Thank you so much. All right. So that was a test. That was only a test. And now we're moving on. And we'll just, next time, I will have it set up, and we'll be doing quite a bit of music. All right. I am so inspired right now to serenade you. So it will be doing it. So don't worry. But anyway, thanks for putting up with all the glitches tonight. All right. So I would like to talk to you tonight. I have always taught by example, and I let people see me sweat. But since you already saw me sweat, now I'm going to show you how I clean up the sweat in my own life. All right. And so I think that it could be very helpful to everyone because it's a lot like what you've been through. All right. So, how to endure adversity successfully. So, I have said before, my life, I call it the trail of tears. All right. So, from day one until 2024, I have gone through major betrayal, attacks, and I am a seasoned sufferer. All right. I feel like I'm an expert in successful suffering. And the thing is, it's not normal suffering. I have suffered all over the world. So I have suffered on an international scale in such a huge way, it could be a movie. I mean, horror is what I have been through. And so I felt like God spoke to me today and he said, if you suffer on an international level, you then will, your scope of influence on the other side will be international. And I knew that already, but just the thought, that idea, that concept was very touching to me. So it's like you paid your dues on an international scale, then you have earned the right and the authority to address the world, to help the world. So I have been trained my entire life as a special ops spiritual medic. And because every time I suffered, every single situation, thank you, everything that I went through, I found my way through the wilderness to the other side. And every time it was a different story, but really my process was the same every time. And so I never really stopped to think about what my process was, but I wrote it all down today and I want to share it with you so you can see how I could go from, horrific suffering on a grand scale to smiling and full of joy today. And I might cry sometime tonight because I'm so ecstatic and full of thankfulness to be at this point, because I seriously didn't know when I would be able to go live again. I had no words there. I just did not, it's a big deal. And so the first thing that I would encourage you to do when you suffer, and I know you already have, is cry and be proud of it. It is a release of the pain. And as you release that pain, you breathe in his peace. And then you allow him to envelop the exhalation of your pain. And there are people in your life who want you to dry up. They want you to, it's okay. To, they're uncomfortable with your tears. But you have a right to them, and you must let them out, or it will hurt your body. All right. And so because people seem to be uncomfortable with your suffering, it's best to suffer in silence and in solitude. Pull away. And so if you can get alone and practice silence and be still and quiet the screaming of your heart, you can hear God's voice, his sweet, soft voice of comfort in your ear. And then when I release those tears, then I picture myself going into him and hiding inside of him while I'm being like having heart surgery, because he is a heart surgeon. And so sometimes I have pictured myself going into his bosom like he was pregnant with me again. But later in life, I picture myself going into his heart, where I can hear his heart beating for me. And it's so warm in that place. It's a place of perfect peace. And then, I pulled back, which I did, from everything. But I allowed a very small core group of people to surround me. You don't want a lot of voices. You just want a small group of people that they have been vetted, like you trust them. And you know that they're going to comfort, that's the main thing. And how do you comfort? How do you help those who suffer? And not many people know how to do that. Especially like when a loved one dies. So many times they give simplistic answers, once again, because they're uncomfortable. They don't know what to say. And so they'll say, you're going to see him on the other side. You'll see him again. Oh, yes, I know that, but my heart is bleeding right now, right? So these people that I have chosen to be around me when I suffer are people who know how to just listen. Just to be quiet. Just let me cry. Let me process my pain. And I actually have one person that does that for me. I don't want a big group because it feels too vulnerable. Like I'm anxious because I'm afraid they're going to give me simplistic answers. And so initially I need that one person who just listens to me process. And I remember when I lost everything, house, car, husband, health, had a nervous breakdown, belongings, I had nothing. And then for the perpetrator to then lie about me to his family and to have them believe a drug addict. I could not wrap my head around that. And then even Christian people around him believed him. And I was like, why would they believe a drug addict over the president of a relief organization? And I just would stutter because I could not make sense of it. And I would take walks with my mother, and she would just let me get it out over and over again, and she wouldn't say a word because she knew I had to just get it out of me. And so then I would gather a very small core of people that were seasoned, older people who had been through the fire themselves, and they knew how to hear God's voice. And when they pray, they do not give simplistic answers. When they give counsel, they don't give counsel out of human reasoning. They wait to hear this rhema word, this message straight from God that is tailor-made for me, and I will accept nothing else. They are people who honor and respect me enough not to give me simplistic answers. And you have to learn that by having to go through it. So you've all had times when you confessed your pain, you shared your pain with a Christian person, because this is what we're taught, Christians are taught. Oh, if you have pain, then you haven't forgiven. And so, right, the first thing they want to do is, because your pain is so great, they want to say, have you forgiven them? And you want to say, did I brush my teeth? Are you kidding me? I mean, that is such a dishonor. That is such disrespect because they just condescended to you and asked you if you brushed your teeth. You see what I'm saying? It's like they need to honor you by knowing that that is the first thing you would do, right? We all know that. That is so simplistic. You should never, ever ask someone that. If they're seasoned and they're experienced people who have grown, in their faith and love God, they've already done that. And so I will not subject myself when I'm bleeding to anyone I think might go condescend to me like that. Because you know what that is? That's like taking away, the Bible says those who do that, it's like singing songs to a broken heart is like taking away a coat on a cold, rainy day, or like putting salt in a wound. All right. So I think somebody's got an open mic. We might check on that. Pain is not a sign of unforgiveness. It's a sign that the wound is deep and it needs time to heal. And then when it's unjust, you let God defend you. You wait in silence for God to do it for you. And Isaiah 61 says that this is the day of God's vengeance. The day of vengeance of our God has come, and it is actually an actual date, and it is now. It is this year. The day of vengeance has come. Isaiah 61 is being fulfilled right now in this year. And so you will be avenged. He didn't take it lightly what happened to you. All of you. I can't imagine there's one person on here who did not suffer the rejection of family this year. You will be exonerated. And it is his great honor to do that for you. And then be patient with yourself. Don't try to force yourself to get over it any sooner than that your screaming heart can handle it. And be kind to yourself. And don't let anyone tell you to get over it. Don't let anyone make you feel bad because you still hurt. Especially you mamas, you grandmas who didn't get to see your kids at Christmas, your grandkids. That makes God weep. He cares about your pain. He doesn't make light of it. It's a big deal. And then I wait in silence for direction. And I listen to my heart, because if you have a pure heart, that heart is connected to the heart of God. And so you just wait and you listen. And suddenly, the right Rhema truth will drop into your heart. And that truth will not only set you free, but it will clean out the confusion. It will bring clarity to the situation, and it will bring immediate peace and joy. It plugs the holes that were left by those who shot at you. It stops the bleeding of your soul, and it quiets the cries of your heart. All in one Rhema superhuman multivitamin message. The truth will set you free. And that's what happened to me this week. But it happened over and over and over. What a difference a day makes. If you wait things out, wait it out, let the dust clear, the light comes on, and the truth sings to you to greet the day. And I literally felt when God spoke to me about you that I was like King David in the cave of Adullam when he was running for his life from Saul. And all the rejected, destitute, abused people who lost their money and their homes, they came to David in the cave. And he told them what God thought about them. He told them what he thought about them. And he told them that someone believed in them. And they came alive. They walked into their true destiny, their highest destiny, because someone believed in them. And they rose up inside themselves and they believed God put something great inside of them. And because of it, they began to do miracles. They began to do exploits. Those that know their God will be strong and do exploits, and that means the things that heroes do. Superhuman feats came out of those people, and they became known as the mighty men of David. He had what they called the 30, and then he had the 3 who they didn't believe in the impossible. And one of them even heard David sighing for a drink of water out of a well in, I think it was in Bethlehem. And that mighty man risked his life to go through enemy camp to go get a cup of water for David. And he was so blessed. He was so honored that that man could have died. He felt like he risked his life and he couldn't drink it because it was too costly to him. It was priceless to him. That's really how I feel about this group, is the love that has been poured out on me. I'm not used to that. I've had a few close friends, but because of the rejection I have received all over the world, your love plugged those holes for me. And some of you could write a book. I mean, the beautiful way that you said things was stunning. It was like, wow. The words were powerful, and they exuded life to my aching heart. Thank you. And then I felt like I was surrounded by people blowing me kisses. Just even saying, I love you, we love you, we're with you, we support you. I felt like it was just all these kisses coming towards me. So even that was words of life. Even if you thought it was little, it was big because it was magnified by all of you. Wow. We got something good here. We got something phenomenal. And it's going to grow really, really fast because that's what people are looking for. What the world needs right now is love, understanding, and comfort. We need to comfort the hearts of the people. And I really wanted to sing to you tonight, and I have everything all planned. But I'd like to wait until I have the sound system, because it's going to be so beautiful when that happens. Maybe I'll just do just a little bit tonight, but once that Rhema truth, that living truth that fits the whole comes, you are strengthened in your inner man immediately. And the peace of God, it just shines through the holes, like blaring, like Captain Marvel, through it all. And once the dust settles, it's obvious to everyone that you're not the same person. You're stronger, and yet you're softer. I'm talking about you right now, because I know that's you. You have new fruit, new growth, new tools that you can help other people. You're like a strong oak tree, a pillar in the new world. And the weak and defenseless will come to you because they can see that you can help, that you are a source, that you're strong and you're stable because you passed your tests. And you know that you have suffered successfully if you're still standing. Not only that, but you smell good. You don't have the scent of bitterness on you and unforgiveness. You smell good to God. It's like the aroma of your suffering wafts up into his nostrils, and he's like, precious. And all of heaven honors you, and they are awed at you. Your angels are proud of you. They are proud that were assigned to you. And you get to the point after much suffering that you don't care what people think anymore. And it's such a wonderful feeling of freedom. Then you can truly be yourself, and you can be as crazy as you want. You can be wild. You can wear funny hats, and you don't care what people think. And if you don't feel like you overcame correctly and you feel like you blew it, the cool thing is it's never too late to fix it. And the fix only takes one moment. Just a short moment. One decision and one moment, and it's over. And you are viewed by the heavenly beings as if you passed. The rest of it is not even remembered or seen. You just did it. You won. And in the end, the icing on the whole experience is the joy that you have when you hear his sweet, soft voice inside of you saying, well done. Good job. You made it. And you did, because you wouldn't be here if you hadn't. You'd be angry, an angry person, and this group wouldn't fit you. So because you like it, that's your proof that you did pass your test. All right? All right. Many are the afflictions of the truthers, but the Lord delivers you out of all of them. Many are the afflictions of the patrons, but he keeps you through it all. From the ends of the earth will I cry unto you. You're a strong tower from the enemy. When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. That is higher than I. I'm speaking to you right now. The truth outlives a lie. And when God's involved, he works everything out for your good. But that's not just like a concession. Well, we'll take this bad thing and we'll turn it into, we'll make it all right. No. He flips it so far above what it was that it is way better than it had never happened. That's the truth. And that is what is about to happen to you in just a few days. We're going home, my friends. We're going home. I'm sure you can tell. You can see the handwriting on the wall. We are coming home. Now, the Texas thing is nothing to be feared. It was planned a long time ago. This is the end game. This will bring in the EBS, I'm quite sure. Now, I'm not getting that from anyone else, but this is what I believe. This is what I see. And some of you who see that, write it in the chat. So, I'm so proud to be a Texan. And I'll just tell you right now, I was a member of the Texas militia, y'all. I was. And the only reason I'm not now is you lose that position if you don't attend the meetings. And I just wasn't strong enough. I was, my mother was dying and I couldn't do it. But otherwise I would have. And I wish I had, because I probably could have gotten to go because they're calling up, all the volunteers, and I'm almost positive they're going to bring in the militia finally, that all their hard work and preparation is going to pay off, and they're going to get to go and stand in for their country and for their state. And so in case you don't know everything that's going on, Biden gave Texas 24 hours to obey his order, and Texas is defying 100%. And they had just put up more razor wire. And I just, oh man, give me liberty or give me death. This is the home. This is the land of the free and the home of the brave, man. And we be the cavalry. I'm just so pumped to be here. And so then Trump orders the National Guard down to the border. What in the world? If he's doing that, that tells you he's saying, I am the commander in chief, right? Come right out and tell the National Guard publicly to go and defy Biden. All right. And then the volunteers have been called up. If you saw that cool cowboy talking about all the reserves, they're calling up the retired police force and the retired military, and I think maybe the militia, because we just, he didn't mention that, but I just bet you. And then okay, so I've been telling you for a long time that there would be no martial law in America except the big cities and the border. Do you remember me saying that? Why the border? Because they knew about this all along. All right. This is the showdown, man, on Main Street with the 6-gun shooter. I have a 6-gun shooter. It's really cool. And I'll have a holster for it. I want to get me a matching one so I can wear both, one on each side, because we have open carry here. And I said, Shelly, do you think I could show my gun today? She goes, no. She really spent a lot of time thinking about the wisdom of what I should do there. I thought, well, it was pretty cute. But anyway, she had no idea what she was getting into coming and working with me. Never a dull moment, right? All right. And so, you know what this means? Martial law will bring in the EBS, EAS. All right. So everybody calls it the EBS. And I was told for a long time it was going to change to the EAS, but I think maybe they might be calling it both at this point. All right. So that means it's almost over, And so I know my spiritual son, Emil, and I know I'm not saying your name correctly. If you're going to have a son, you might as well know how to say his name, right? I'll get it. Anyway, he was talking about tomorrow being a big day, and I had not heard about that. So maybe he can put in the chat why and what's going on. Is that that's the showdown day, right? That would be the 24 hours. So I'm not sure exactly what's going to occur. They're talking about massive riots, but I can't see that. I somehow in my spirit, I don't see it being like that. I feel like it's going to be resolved quickly, but we'll see. All right. And so I'm going to give you a little bit, and maybe this will cancel some people's questions. I'm still cautious because they clearly want us to be quiet. I'm not giving you any dates. I'm not giving you any time frames right now. I'm giving you some clarity on other people who think we're get your hopes up too soon. I guess that is the best way I should say it. This is what you have to understand, and I'm not sure. I don't think I've seen this out on social media, what I'm going to tell you right now. Maybe it has been. I don't know. But I'm going to explain it to you so you know the sequence and what has to happen. All right. So when they say they release money, it doesn't mean the next step is we're going, because this is what has to happen. When they say they release the codes, you've heard that, right? Well, let me tell you how many codes there are. The authorization code was probably what happened. The release codes also could have happened, but that's 2 codes. And then there is the launch code, and then there is the security code. The security code has never yet been inserted. That is the last thing when they are sure that the cabal cannot reach in and rob your money. That's what this is all about. The slowness is about making sure we don't lose any money for you because of them. Then the security codes go. Okay? And they are testing all of those codes right now. They're testing Nasara in 2 of the most impoverished countries. They are testing the triggering events. All right? And I think my friend is right by saying that Texas, the border, is a triggering event, and it could be the triggering event. I'm just saying. I didn't get that from my advisor. I did get one thing that I need to tell you about Nasara, and that is very sad for me to tell you because, and it's not a big deal, but it's going to be difficult for some people, and that is that the protocol has been 60 and over for several months now. They just changed it to 62. And I don't understand that. I don't know why they did that, but that was on the last report that he got. And so I didn't get a chance to ask him if he knows why they did that, but maybe they are going to load up the 60-year-olds, 61-year-olds, along with the rest of the nation in other ways. So you're not going to lose anything. That's just the plan. So I was very sad to hear that, but that's the way it is for now. I would like to suggest, and I'm doing this for my sake, that I become the go-to for questions about Nasara. That's safe for me. I have trained over 200 people, and some of them are people of notoriety, for the last 5 years in the RV preparations and protocol. I have worked so hard to help these people. We have stacks of papers. I can't train anyone else. And I can't even answer questions because it will open a can of worms that I can't close. And this has happened before. That's why my group is 200. I know there's a lot of people who have bigger groups. But I purposely kept mine small because I wanted vetted people. I wanted people that would not breach security. And we did have like 3 or 4 times very serious security breaches. And it was just, one time my advisor said, well, I'm sure you're aware that your recording got out on social media. And I went, what? What? Because he would have shut us down in the past. And I thought we were about to be shut down. He goes, it's all right. It's been handled. You're fine. It's going to be all right. And I went, I shook. I was like, I didn't know. So we had a spy in our midst and we had to get rid of him. And we did. And ever since then, we have a trusted group of about 200 people. And so I can't train anyone else. We're too close. We're too ready to go. And so I believe that Ginger, did she offer to assist, to answer questions? Answer questions. Okay. And so we're going to put her message to us all on, right? On the, yeah, we're going to post it. Oh, can you play it? Oh, that'd be awesome. Oh, awesome. They've been working to get this to be able to play. So if you're ready, Danita, to play Ginger's message to us.
Give me 2 minutes and I can do that.
Okay. All right. And I don't know if her group is open to new members, but she can answer all those questions. The reason I want to organize it more is because I've seen a lot of error come through, people listening to many voices. And I'll tell you that there is a lot of error. There is disinformation on purpose out there. And I'm so tempted to step in and answer everybody. And I can't do that. I have to stop myself and let Ginger, or there are we have some good RV leaders in our group, I believe. If you are an RV leader, if you would contact us and let us know who you are and what your training is in, and we would love to turn you loose if you want to. I loved one of our members, and I know he doesn't want to be spotlighted, so I'm going to hold back and not say his name or the name he goes by. But thank you. You know who you are. You talk to us. Thank you for stepping in at times and setting the record straight, because he knows what he's talking about. And so I'm going to stay out of it. And I know you guys can handle it, so I'll let you do that. But when it comes to NESARA, I would like you to address your questions to me instead of just the general group, because we had one person who said you were not going to get your debts forgiven. And I'm like, whoa, not happening. I'm not going to let people take a downer when they were counting on that, because that is coming first. That is the first thing when they announce NESARA. And you can't say that there's an order, because we don't know what the order is. It's going to be back to back to back to back, EAS or EBS, NESARA, the takedown of Biden, President Trump coming back, the notifications for the RV, and we don't know exactly what order it's going to be, except we know NESARA's first. All right, so I don't know if I'm thinking they're going to announce NESARA on mainstream media. That's the plan. It's going to be broadcast all over the world, and then maybe the EAS comes after that. I'm not certain, but I don't think it's going to be that fast. So just be careful not to give out the order of events. All you can say is it's back to back, because they could change it up, and they have never said exactly how it's going to happen. People online have, that's not what I've heard. All right. So it's going to be good, though. It's going to be so exciting. And, the thing that I like to clarify for people is that you're not going to lose power. You're not going to be shut up in your house. It's probably wise to stay indoors if you're in down southern Texas, but the rest of the nation is not going to be having a problem. We're not going to have unrest. The National Guard is in place all over the U.S. I don't know how infiltrated the other countries are, but I believe they've been coordinating with all the militaries of the world. And then the Navy is going to be out in full force as well. And so they planned this out so well. I don't believe we're going to have a lot of trouble. I really don't. Those are the kind of things I like to say, is to comfort people that things are not going to be so scary. We are going to have internet. It's just that the cabal will be stopped from using it to tell us misinformation and lies. The Starlink and the military will be controlling the internet, so we'll still have it. I don't know if we'll be able to communicate or not, but we've been kind of talking about conference calling. Maybe I can talk to some of the other podcasters about what their plan is. We used to think Signal was, the safe place and that it was controlled by the military, but now we're not so sure. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. And then all the food, you've been storing up food. It's always a good idea, but my advisor has never said that we needed to do that. He said, you're just going to be going about your life as normal when this all happens. So I don't know. he said if there was any danger whatsoever, he said they would have told us. They always said, if there's anything you need to know, we'll let you know in advance to prepare and what you need to do. So I always say anything that is fearful and scary, it's not happening. It's not real. All right. Okay. So,
she's ready.
Okay, go ahead, Danita. This is Ginger.
Okay, we're ready. Okay, well, that's interesting. We don't have any sound. Bear with me. Let me test it because it's not playing. I'm telling you, the powers are doing everything they can against us, aren't they? Okay, it's starting. Hold on.
Hello there, Trek Tribe. My name is Ginger, and I lead the Ginger's Liberty Lounge and have been supporting the RV and humanitarian community, truther community, for a long time. And I am just so overjoyed to connect with you all. I've had the opportunity, like many of you, to enjoy Teresa's podcasts. And I'll tell you what, not only myself, but many of our members in the Liberty Lounge commented, "Oh my goodness, Jin, when I hear Tressy, it's like I'm hearing you. You all sound so much alike. You have so much in common, and even your life stories are very, very similar, and your calling is so similar. I have heard that from our folks so many times. So you can imagine how I felt listening to her podcast and sharing in that encouragement and feeling like Teresa is a twin sister that I hadn't met yet. And we have connected, and we're excited to join forces, partner together for the glory of God, and to just enhance what each other in our communities have to offer and bringing them together in beautiful unity. And I just want to share a great word for you. Delight thyself in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of your heart. Commit your way to the Lord and trust also in him, and he will bring it to pass. Psalm 37, 3-5. There is great and mighty wonderful things that he is bringing to pass, and we will be victorious, and we are overcomers. And Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 says, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not unto your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your paths. And I've said a lot, our folks have heard me say this, that he is the way shower, and he is the way maker, and he will make crooked paths straight. And the word of God says there is a voice in it. And I just want to celebrate all the truth tellers. I want to celebrate all of the bold speakers for righteousness, and I want to celebrate all the leaders in this movement. In the RV movement, giving whatever information they can. They are way showers, and they are encouragers of all of these that are involved. And I just want to let you all know I love you, and I'm thrilled to support all of those in the Trek Tribe, and many shared membership with Ginger's Liberty Lounge members are also here. And it's just like a cohesive hand in glove fit. And I'm just honored and delighted. I'm so excited. We love you all, and I'm unable to be a part of tonight's powwow due to my work commitment, but Teresa will be sharing with the lounge on Sunday at 6 Central and 7 Eastern time this coming Sunday. We invite all of you who wish to partake to join us. Thank you for the opportunity to introduce myself to the family, Shelley and Teresa. Much love to you all.
All right. Awesome. Okay, so Shelley has some surprise financial assistance for you all. We've been working as hard as we can to find ways to help alleviate your financial strain. And some of it is my teachings of how to download anything you need, but then let's give them the practical stuff.
Okay, we have 2 different websites for unclaimed money. We will drop the links in the chat and the main channel after this, since my computer's unavailable. So, and then we also have a website to loveinc.org.
Okay, so when I lost everything, I went to Oregon to be near my parents because I was homeless, and immediately it was like God opened the windows of heaven and began to pour on me because I looked only to him. And then my sister gave me a brochure from that city, and it had helps of every kind you could imagine. I mean, you could go to the Catholic Church to get toiletries, and I did. I went to the food banks, and the farmers would bring their food, and it was called gleaners. I would get food from the farmers. I went to energy assistance. And then there was this place where you could get furniture. And then there was a place called Love Inc., and it was love in the name of Christ. And I went there, and they had just about everything you could imagine. And of course, God caused them to just adopt me because they had my music. They never told me till the end, but they began to give me brand new things. They would just go out and buy them and deliver them. All right. And then they gave me a really nice mountain bike. They tuned my piano, and they helped me get a used car, even though they never do that. You see what I'm saying? If you believe, all things are possible. And we know from our research that there is a Love Inc. in how many states?
Multiple. I'm not sure the full number,
Okay.
but they're listed. And the link we're dropping is going to take you right to that page where you're going to see all the different cities.
Okay. So you'll be able to click on this link and see if there's some help in your area. And I'm thinking they also help with utilities or different things like that. And then?
Yep. And then also we are suggesting community services benefits and assistance anywhere you can look in your community when you do a quick search. And as Teresa just mentioned, energy assistance. And then any type of a charitable foundation in your local area. Or I do believe emergency shelters have connections with emergency assistance with rent. They'll give you portions of rent money. And these are just a lot of options for the ways to reach out locally and get some help.
Right. But there's a lot of people in our group, in our tribe, who went on unclaimedmoney.gov in their state, and they got money. Over 4,000 for one lady, over 2,000 for another lady, over 300 for one. These are just the ones I saw. So if you are one of those people, put that in the chat, or message us so that we can get a list of all the people, because think how encouraging that'll be to see how many people got helped by that one link. And this is what I want to say is that you might say, oh, I've done all that already. Well, do it again. And the thing is, if you believe that you're going to receive, you might not get anything from that person, but that person may suddenly think, oh, you could try this that you never tried before. See, what I believe is you bump into the answers as you expect. If you have a sense of expectation, you will bump into the answers, and it'll be in a way you didn't expect. All right. A sudden rebate or some kind of lawsuit for, Apple or iPhones or something, I mean, there's always those going on, and you just never know what class action suits. Yeah.
Yep. And then we're moving into that because we're going to start negotiating.
Oh, okay. Do you want to explain that?
Yeah. And to kind of dovetail into the next project we're working on is we're trying to build a negotiation team. And what that is going to look like is a group of people who can help with
get your bills reduced.
Thank you. I was like, what are we going to do here? And we're trying to reduce your bills, eliminate them, like medical bills. How can they go away, or all of those things? Yeah. And the skills we're looking for, if there's anyone out there that would like to be part of this team, we have to be able to communicate on the phone and negotiate in a way that is a gentle authority and without tension, because these can very quickly escalate, and we don't want to escalate because we don't want it to go in a bad manner. And it may need several attempts to get results, because I don't know that they're going to automatically agree to it the first time. So the big thing, though, is negotiating on other people's behalf that are in a situation with their bills mounting up.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you how I did it. And what we're going to do is anybody who has a strong backbone and can even act, if you can carry yourself well and talk with authority, talk professionally, I will give you the script. And so what you're going to do is the person who has an outstanding bill will get you on the phone once they have the agent on the phone. Let's say it's a hospital and they have the bill department on the line. Then they connect you and they say, I am giving permission to, let's say, Teresa Griffith to speak on my behalf. And then I say, I'm going to say it the way you would. Hi, my name is so-and-so, and I am representing Someone Believes in You, a charitable nonprofit organization. We help people recovering from trauma and people that are having financial issues right now. And we would like to know, number one, are you able and willing to forgive this debt today? You wait, and I have had them do it, all of it. And then if they don't, you say, okay, then what part of it are you able to forgive today? All right. You just assume that they're going to. And you might say, are you familiar with Nasara? That is about to be implemented, and it will happen automatically. But we're thinking you might be able to do it early, but you don't have to say that part. And lastly, if they don't, well, there's two more stages you can go for. The next one is, what is the lowest possible payment that you will allow for this? This lady, she can pay $35 a month. Will you accept that? This is all she can do. All right. And then if you get that, or if you don't, you go to the last thing. And you can do this for yourself, but it's always nice if you have someone to speak on your behalf, because it makes them sit up and take notice. Somebody is fighting for this person. So it carries more weight. So the last thing is, are you able to defer this bill by 1 month? And we know most likely you'll never have to pay it again, right? So you just defer it. So all of those things, I have had great success with that. And I actually love doing it. And I wish I could just do it for everybody. But I know that if I volunteer to do that for you all, I'm going to get inundated with all these calls. So that's why we're trying to develop a team of about 10 people who can just follow the script. And, you'll know exactly what to do. And you might feel like you're being a part of Nasara. You're a part of the solution, and it feels so good when you do it. So please let us know, contact us, and we want to help people. And I wish that we just had a ton of extra money to help people. We have helped quite a few people, But until, until NESARA happens or until the RV happens, we just don't have a whole pile of money to help people save their homes, So did you have any PS that you wanted to say? Or
That was all. There was they're commenting in the chat, and Jay had a really good, this was just something he was pointing out, what about the Tressy tribe donate to help others? Here might be a good idea. Like we help each other.
Yeah.
And then he said, if everyone gives $1, that's like 5,000, because he's looking at your followers are over 5,000 now. That could be given to those in need.
Yeah.
Maybe I spend more than that on stupid stuff all the time.
Oh, thank you, Jay. Sure. We're our nonprofit, so you can donate, and we can put that donation link in there. And every single donation that comes in is going to go into a separate fund, and it will only be used to help our members. Okay, that's not going to go into operational. So we're fine. We don't need it, but we will put it in a special account for the members. So thank you for saying that, because I'm not a person that asks for donations, but if people wanted to give $10 a month, we could help each other. So that's up to you, whatever you want to do. This is not a subscription. This is a giving fund to help the people.
If they just made a note, Trek Tribe.
Yeah. Trek Tribe donation. Yeah, that'd be great.
We go to the family.
Yeah. So we have a whole list of people right now that we want to help. Yeah. And you can give as much as you want if you have extra. If the tax write-off situation is over, but that, just understand, there's a lot of confusion with, well, I thought the IRS was going away. Well, it is, but we're in a transition. So once NESARA happens, it'll probably happen, along the way, but they don't want anything to be jarring to the public. They don't want anything abrupt. So just understand, they are a lion with no teeth at this point. And so everything is in transition. The Federal Reserve is in transition, running alongside of the U.S. Treasury. Even though they've been absorbed by the U.S. Treasury, they appear to be running side by side. So all of that. The banks, we know the banks are going to go away, but right now they have to help us through the transition. And they are so hemmed in on every side by the security. There's no cause for any concern or fear that you're going to get gypped in any way. So there's just peace. All right. All right. Okay. So Q&A, do we want to open that up?
Yeah. And so anyone who wants to ask Tressy a question, if you raise your hand, or if you do not want to raise your hand and be on the mic, you can post the question on the wall. The mods will grab it and ask the questions on your behalf.
Okay, so I'll jump in here for those that are brand new and have never been on a live chat like this. I know you're all feeling very blissed right now and wonderful. I actually calmed down listening to Tressy. So that was beautiful, Tressy. So a lot of you, I see you're already raising your hands, and many of you I know from other chats. So the way that this works is you're literally going to tap on your mic and it will raise your hand. If you look on the feed, you're going to see people, it's blue and it's waving at us. And so I will write down names and I'll call on 3 people at a time. I will unmute your mic and I'll tell you that you're now unmuted and you can ask Tressy your question, okay? And then we'll go to the wall and we'll take 3 from there. So bear with us. Some of the mods here are also brand new, so we very much love and appreciate all of your support and your patience with us as we work through this, okay? So I'll pick 3 people and we'll get this started. We'll get this party started.
Oh, that's right. Where's my wine? I want to toast to our Trek Tribe and our guests for the opening, the open house of Tressy Truck on Telegram. I'm just stunned at all the work that Shelley and everyone has done. to get us going and how fast we've grown. It's like when you're lovers, you multiply fast, right? All right. All right. Who's first?
Okay, Jay, you're unmuted, so touch your mic and go ahead.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. No, no question. I just want to say, you have changed my life, and this whole thing has changed my life. So you answered my question about the veterans. I don't know if you remember, but
Yeah.
I want to help. So I'm going to talk to some of your mods later after this, and just be strong, everyone. We can make it. I've been to war 5 times, so never give up. Be strong. This is going to change you. You know, war changes people. So just remember, we're going to be changed for the better. So thank you very much.
Oh, Jay, did you get your free music yet?
Yes, I'm listening all the time. I'm sharing your
good.
posts everywhere. I'm doing everything. So
Yeah, well, you got to email me tomorrow to get some more, right? Because I was just hurrying today.
Roger that.
All right. Awesome. Okay, who's next?
Big Country, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. First of all, thank you for turning me on to Jen Johnson. She is awesome.
Yeah.
I asked you the question in the chat. I guess it was you that responded. If someone is been renting a house, what happens in this era? You remember that question?
I do, and I haven't had a chance to ask him yet, but I'm still going to do that. I will probably try to get him tomorrow morning. He gets about 400 to 500 calls a day, so it's hard to get him, but I try Saturday mornings and late Sunday night, like 1:45 in the morning. And since I know no one else will be stupid enough to call him that late, I will make sure I answer them, get that question answered.
And can I plug one thing? I have an anti-human trafficking organization. We are now in the education awareness, but we're going to go into the help and healing of human traffickers. And I put my website there because that's my passion at this time, is the children and those survivors.
And where do you live?
I live in North Carolina.
Okay. We'd love to network with you. We have a couple experts in our organization who are going to be helping to train people to be able to do that in their projects, because they're warning people, don't do it just because it's in your heart. You have to be trained. It's dangerous. It's just because the people are complex who have been through that kind of trauma. But
Yes,
I would
ma'am.
love to network with you.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I took several human trafficking courses. I'm a presenter for another
Oh, nice.
organization because, like I told them, it's not about who gets the glory. It's about helping them.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Thank you.
I just want us to all network together in any way that we can, because we're stronger together, right?
Yes, ma'am. And thank you for everything. I really appreciate you and your time.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, Marianne, I opened your mic, but something I forgot to remind everyone is that after you ask your question, please mute your mic so that there's no feedback for Tressy. Thank you. And then, so just every time you want to speak, touch your mic, but then remute it when you're done. Thank you. Go ahead, Marianne.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep. Okay. I think she is muted again.
Marianne, we can hear you. Go ahead.
She's muted.
Yeah, there's so many glitches tonight with Telegram. She's not showing glitched on my side. So,
Oh, okay.
Marianne, what you might need to try to do. Okay, I see your mic open. Try again.
Okay, are we going to have to file income taxes this year?
You know, I can't tell you what to do. I haven't done it for several years because I refuse. It's illegal and we know what it goes for. So I just defy. All right. And so I don't think you will have to. I truly don't believe you will have to because it's going to go away pretty quick, pretty early on. But, you know, even last year, people were asking me and I wouldn't, but I couldn't tell them, you know, so we just have been so used to being little obedient citizens. But we, you know, you have to make up your own mind, how far you want to take it. I'm so proud of Shelley that she defied them all the way and they agreed with her that it was illegal. And so she's done. And then it also converted to her state level. And so she's just done. Wow.
Thank you. Thank you.
It is a process, yeah, but it doesn't have to be anymore. Oh, let me talk about sovereignty for a minute. There are classes out there, there's a protocol out there, but my advisor said they want everyone to wait because it's going to happen automatically. And if it's done a different way than what that they want it done, you'll have to kind of do it over. It's going to be more complicated if you do it now. But he said it'll be they've got it taken care of already. So we don't have to work that hard. So that's just my little PS there.
Okay, Ginger, go ahead, and then we'll take some from the wall.
Hello. It's better late than never. Hi, Tressy.
Hey, Ginger.
Hi, everyone. I just got off of work and I just wanted to pop in and say hello.
Hello. We had lots of glitches tonight, and so we're late.
Oh, are you now? So what time did you actually get started?
I don't know. You'd have to ask.
They said about 20 minutes.
Oh, 20 minutes late. Yeah. Okay.
Not too terribly bad. We're all allowed glitches every now and again. But I just wanted to just extend my love to you all, and so beautiful to see you look radiant like an angel, and just
Thank you.
work.
Thank you so much. Oh, I can't tell you how honoring it is to have other podcasters supporting us. That's what we need, right? We all need to work together. And as the rest of the community sees the leaders working together, it's going to cause such a sense of calmness and peace, right?
Absolutely right. And remember that scripture that says a strand of 3 cords is not easily broken. And, you know, we're united. And, you know, so many of us, we can just lean on others' abilities and strengths and what their wheelhouse is. And it's just a beautiful thing, a beautiful coming together.
Yeah, it is.
Good night. You all have a good one.
Thank
you,
you,
good
Ginger.
night. Thanks for coming.
Ginger, I just have one question for you real quick, and then we'll go to the questions on the wall. But I know that your channel is currently private. So before Tressy's live with you, can you share a link with us so our people can come over and join in?
I sent that to you. So in our little blurb, like a little introduction, there's a link to the actual call. Then below that is a link to the channel. So anybody is welcome to tap on that link and join right away. We've just had issues with imposters, you know, scammers. So we kind of shut the door just for that reason. But of course, it's open to any trekkers that want to you know, share in the loungers. We share so many, like a overflow of our group and your group. It's just like a big happy family. We'd love to have you.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay, so we'll move to a few questions from the wall, and then we'll come back to the raised hands. So I'm not sure, Sherry, if you're going to read a couple questions first. Go ahead.
Oh, questions. Oh, Sherry.
Yeah.
Okay. Sherry loves Jesus
Okay.
is who we're waiting for. Okay, there she is.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Let's see. I have some questions that are coming up on the chat. And I'm going to ask you this one first, Tressy. Here it is. Tressy, do you know anything about the groups for redemption? I'm hearing the public will be a 1-to-1, as Trump says, an even playing field. Is this the info you have? I will gladly donate $10 per month now. And that was from Kylie 360.
You know, the world of finance, and I think that one of our RV leaders could maybe answer that better than me. I just know that it's not what people think it's going to be. There are all kinds of restrictions and protocols and fees and all kinds of things that will also be in effect. And it's not going to be as big. It's going to be big, but not quite as big as some of the podcasters are making it out to be. So you have to brace yourself for that. So I don't even try to calculate. And whenever we want to know rates, he says, why do you want to know rates? Because they change every day. And so you'll know when you get there, and you're just going to get the best, you can possibly get. And, I have to hold myself back from trying to teach you, but just listen to different podcasters. And then you could maybe ask a question at some point. Listen to Ginger. All right. Because some people who give intel, they're not tier 4, they're tier 3, and their protocol is different. And so they might not be 100% correct on everything. So I'm sorry, that's the best I can do, but maybe one of our people in our group can answer that in the chat the way that they see it, and you can go with that.
Could answer that if you'd like. This is Ginger.
Yes, please.
So because of the dinar for oil, you can absolutely count on the rate that we're going to get a part of this as very attractive rate. When I came into this many years ago, I learned about this in 2009. I would have been happy as a clam in high water if it was 1-to-1. I would have been I would have been happy if it was just 75 cents to $1. I would have been tickled pink. But the more I've learned and immersed myself in it, basically in 2018 is when I really saw the benefit, and I was like, okay, I'm going to focus. And I decided at that moment in my covenant before God that I was going to spend every single day spending time researching this opportunity as a speculator in this event. And so I just immersed myself and grew. I'm kind of balanced. Like, I'm not really high, and I'm not low ball. I'm very even keel, and I don't just listen to gurus. I kind of look at the whole 40,000 foot view. So I stay fair and balanced, and I don't, get all emotional and hyped up. But I have every reason to believe the Iraqi dinar will be over $3.81 to up in the possible $4 range. I have no doubt that it will be over that $3. And get this, I have something amazing to share with the Zim, and I'll stop with this example. One of my dear friends, Shawnee Q, in our group, oh my gosh, he's the best. He was following me over on Fascist Book as a truth teller over there for years, and we just kind of partnered up because we saw our mutual interest in the RV, what our crew calls the camper. We use code words. So he said, listen, I got to tell you something, Jen. I got an email back from the U.S. Treasury. I have a contact in the U.S. Treasury, and I just said, "Hey, can you talk to me about the Zim?" And he said, "I just kept it an open question." The lady got back to him. I saw the email myself in October 2021, and she said the Zim is a bearer bond note, and technically it is supposed to go 1-to-1. What about that? Now, is it? We don't know. You won't know.
Yeah, it's so complicated. There's so many things I would have to teach.
Mm. And that's kind of what we do over in our channels. We kind of have this meticulous sort of a laying of a groundwork landmark instruction on, there's your street rate, there's we call the default rate or a special rate. That's what all of us in tier 4B are privy to, a special rate, which is above the street rate. And then beyond that is the contract rate. So anything could fluctuate. And of course, we don't know the exact figures until we get there. But the dinar is definitely going to be above what they were when the war started. They will expand beyond that. And the dong will be within 20% lower than that. So it's going to be pretty crazy high.
Yes, I agree 100% on that. And the agro checks, the Zimbabwe agro checks are supposed to be quite high. So
that's going to be like the wild card crazy.
Yeah. And nobody knows the Bolivar, but they do think that's a wild card as well. It's going to be crazy high. But we'll find out. They always say you won't know till you go, right? Just before you go, they'll tell you what it locked into.
Absolutely true. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Ginger. Okay, Tracy or Sherry, go ahead with the next question, please.
Kelly has a question. She says, I refinanced my home in late October because I was out of money. Will that get paid off as well since it's a new refinance?
Yes. That's easy. Yep. If it's some kind of a loan or agreement with the bank, it's all going away.
Okay, time for another Telegram tip, folks. I know it was very hard to hear Tracy just now, and it could be because she's on her iPad, but a little trick is if you will click on her avatar, you'll get a little submenu pop up, and it will say 100%, but you can slide that, take your finger with if you're on your phone or your tablet, and just slide that speaker up, and that will turn her up for you. So thank you, Tracy, and go ahead with the next question, please.
The next question is from CR. Question, will the seniors 62 and older get the $5,000 raise this month?
Well, that's if NESARA gets announced. They will. That's the plan. I mean, that's what they're working on in every single meeting. They want it out this month still. So they're pushing. They're really pushing. But you can see now that you've heard all the codes, all the tests, there's all kinds of tests that they're doing. But the test is the last thing before it happens. So it's all good.
Okay, a few more from the live chat. Is that good, Tressy?
Yeah.
Okay, so what happens, folks, is some of you have had your hand up for a very long time, and it does time out. So if you had your hand up and it went back down, if you still want to ask a question, please re-raise your hand. And I'm going to go ahead and unmute you, Bearded Patriot. I see you're back, and give me a second. I'll get your mic. Go ahead.
Hey, Tracy, how you doing?
Good.
Good. I just wanted to say hello, and I'm here for you, and I enjoy your program. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much. We're so honored to have you here.
Well, I appreciate everything you do. And again, if there's any questions or whatever that you ever need, don't fail to ask. But I'm here for you and your group.
Yeah. So that's when you see an answer from him, you can trust it.
I appreciate that so much.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Kay, Michelle, your mic is ready. Go ahead and just tap your mic and you can speak.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, I'm so excited to be here with you guys. This is awesome. I love your group. I enjoy every single one of your programs. I want to say thank you for everything. You've given me so much hope over the last couple of months that I've been listening to you, so thank you for that. I have a two-part question, so I'll try to make it very quick. I have struggled for the last year after COVID and that damn shot that I got, which I wish I hadn't got, but I was guilted into because my dad was, he's elderly and he was living with me and he was ill. So I was afraid that I was going to bring something home to him because I'm still working. Since then, I have been out of work probably 8 months out of the 2 years since I've gotten that shot. And I'm still struggling to this day with all the pain. My vision keeps changing. And I am now in the process of having to get off of work again because I'm about ready to get fired because I can't seem to get healthy enough to even go to work. So with the payments, I know you said that if we have a job, we'll get the $1,200. And if we don't have a job, that there's other programs. Is it going to be like a temporary disability where I can get healthy and eventually go back to work? Because I don't see myself not working. Does that make sense?
There's going to be every program you could possibly imagine. So many blessings will be coming our way that nobody's going to suffer anymore. You're going to be taken care of with whatever need you have. Okay, but I also want to say that we've done extensive work on the protocol to detox yourself from the jab. And we had Dr. Judy Mikovits on our show, and she just acted like it's not hard. It's not hard to detox from it.
Okay.
And so we can send that. In fact, I think we'll post it. Now that we're on Telegram, we'll post the protocol for you. And the pine needle tea, they're saying it's not that big a deal. It's not that powerful. There's so many other things that are much more powerful to help you detox.
Okay.
And so we can give you all of that in the, I'll do it in the announcements page so it never moves with all the chatting. All right.
And also, if you don't mind, I just have one more. Are we going to become the rightful owners of our birth certificate and our social security numbers again?
Yes, that's all going to be taken care of for you automatically. Okay. So you don't have to do all that work. It's all going to be taken care of. Okay. And you're going to get money back from the use of your birth certificate.
Okay.
And I haven't heard the final details on that. I think they were still negotiating that, trying to figure that out, but you are going to get a payoff from that and the IRS and the interest you paid on your credit cards, the whole deal.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. And I want to thank this whole group. You guys are amazing. And honestly, I've never felt this much love either. So thank you guys. I really appreciate all of you.
That was beautiful. Thank you. Judy Horses, go ahead. Okay, she dropped off. Maybe that was by accident. So
there she is. That her? There she is.
You there? Okay, great. Just tap your mic, Judy, and it should turn green for you. And
I'm
you can
sorry.
speak.
I pushed the wrong button.
There it is. Thank you.
All right, thank you guys.
For us that are holding international currency, how will we know if do we get an appointment, and where do we hear about this reevaluation center we have to go to?
Okay, so you're going to either get a secure website link or an 800 number, and it's going to be everywhere online. You know, you'll find it all over Telegram. You'll find it on Mark Z. I would sign up for dinarrecaps.com. They're going to give it out. And then I'm thinking we could even put it in our the announcements page for you, because we'll get it as well. So I just, when I was on Facebook, I just didn't want to do all that. But in our group, I just feel so much more private and safe. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then as soon as I get it, and you'll have it. So
well, the second thing, I have a background in piano, and you have sparked my interest in music again, and I want to get one of the Native American eagle flutes. With my background in piano, would I be able to pick up the beginning on the flute?
Absolutely. And so go to erictheflutemaker.com, and he's got tutorials on there, and they're inexpensive. And make sure you get the kind that you put in your mouth, like the kind I played tonight. And then there's 3 holes, for both hands, and there's nothing to it. I mean, you don't even need the tutorial. It's just easy. But if you do side blown, then it's going to take a lot of learning, But I really recommend people get a Native American flute that you put in your mouth, because it's a stress reliever, and the vibration of the blowing and everything. I just think you would really help yourself if you did that. I'm glad you brought that up.
At an equestrian campground, someone was playing one, and it was eerie. Even the horses stopped eating to listen to it.
Oh, wow.
So I want to thank you. I found you about 3 months ago, and your music is fabulous. You're a wonderful musician.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, and you have a wonderful, blessed night.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Judy. Okay, let's go back to the wall. Sherry, you ready to give us a couple questions?
Okay, let's see. We have one from Kalima, and it says, I walked away from an abusive marriage of 24 years. I have no furniture. I have no money. I have excellent credit. Should I buy furniture on credit?
Well, it's so hard to, I'm not a financial expert. I'll just say that a lot of the people in my group have gotten multiple credit cards and ran them up on purpose. It's kind of like running the bank, break the back of the cabal central banking system. So I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what some of my people have done. And I don't think there's anything wrong with it, because we're helping to fight against injustice, because they're evil. So anyway, I'm sorry. Let's go shopping now. Anyway, after all you've been through, all right. So there you go.
Go ahead, Sherry, with the next question, please.
Okay, thank you. Queen of Me asks, is our money safe in the banks now?
All right. So I know there's other people that don't believe that, but my advisor repeatedly has said they don't want you to lose. They're not going to let you lose. It's going to automatically convert to the rainbow currency. Automatically, you're not going to lose it. And the last time I asked him that question, I said, will there even be a time where they can't access their money? He said, no. They don't want panic. They think you've suffered enough. So, that would cause people to commit suicide if they couldn't get it and they lost it because they didn't know what to do because nobody told them. No, I don't believe it. No. So there you go.
Okay, next question, please.
And then the next question is, well, should we roll it over into gold and silver? Well, gold and silver is always a good idea. It's a really smart idea, but if you don't have a lot of money, you're not going to lose what you have. Okay.
Okay, next question from Tweety Bird. Hi, Tressy. If I need knee surgery, can I wait and use a med bed for that?
Again, you got to hear from God on that and follow your heart. If you have anxiety about having it and you want to wait, if you can wait, for me personally, I would never have surgery. A large share of surgeries are not necessary and they make things a lot worse. Therapy, what I know about physical therapy with all the different modalities that there are within massage and stretch. Like I had a massage therapist that was really brilliant, and he knew why people got carpal tunnel. He said they never need surgery, ever. They need to stretch in the opposite direction of they're using their hand on a regular basis, and they need to drink more water. And he was hired by entire factories to come in and teach all of that to their people. They never had any more surgeries after that. So that's my take on it. I don't know your situation. I can't give you advice on it, but if you can wait, and if you need help with the pain, I am a pain specialist. Pain elimination, not coping. And so I say you put peppermint, and I have one of the best, highest grade peppermints. I get it straight from the farmer in Oregon. It's fantastic. It's unbelievable, powerful. And you put it straight. You don't dilute it. Put it straight on the knee, and then you surround the knee with your hands. When you do that, I call it a laying out of hands for the spinal fluid. You call in the spinal fluid, and just lightly holding it tells the spinal fluid that we need help here. And so within 5 minutes, you will have huge pain reduction, if not total elimination. All right. So I fell a couple times in the last 5 years. And like one time my knee swelled way up. I put the peppermint on, I did the hold, and within 10 minutes, the swelling was completely gone. I hit my head with my car because the whatever gadget is broken where it won't stay up. And the wind blew and it hit me so hard. I had a goose egg immediately. Thankfully, I had peppermint in my purse. I put that on there and put my hand on there. And within 2 minutes, it was gone. No pain, no swelling. That's how powerful it is. Any pain you have in your body, you surround it with your hands. And, if you have a stomach ache, if your digestion is bad, you put one hand on the front and the other hand on the back like that, and you just hold it there for 5 minutes. Your digestion clears right up. You'll hear it gurgling. You can use your pet too. So if your pet lays on your belly and then you put your hands on top of your pet's going to get laying out of hands for the spinal fluid while you're getting it, and you're both going to be improved health.
Thank you, Tressy. Okay, Sherry, please do one more.
Okay, thank you. Let's see here. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Go back here to the list.
While you're doing that, let me ask Tressy, just please let us know when you want to stop and when you're done, please, dear.
Yeah, we're ready. One more.
Okay. Tressy, this is a question from Tammy Arcturian Starseed. Do you know how to find unclaimed money in Canada? Nothing seems to come up in the search.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I think you just have to call the right agencies. Maybe they don't have that, but I don't know who. Just call a government agency of some kind and try to figure it out that way. But I don't know anything about Canada. I will say about the RV that foreign countries do not have the same protocol for exchange day that we have. So we have an 800 number, they do not. And so he said we won't know the protocol until we get the final instructions the day we get the 800 number. But mostly, he said he thinks they're going to be able to just call the bank and ask them if they're involved in the revaluing of currency, and if they're honoring the current rate and all that, and see where you should go. I would think if you have a Wells Fargo in your country, in your area, that's going to be a safe bet because they are running the whole RV. And I mean, a lot of different banks have a different part to play, but they have the primary role. And so, you'd be safe with that. You could even try to call some of them tier 1 banks. Make sure it's a tier 1 bank and ask for their maybe their vice president or somebody at the top, because only the top employees have been trained. The lower levels, it's on a need-to-know basis, and so you might get the runaround at this point. But as we get closer, they will be scrambling to get educated because they were told all this time, all these years, that it was a scam. And they just got told about 2 months ago or less that it was not a scam, and they were furious. So they didn't lie to you. That's what they were told to say because that's what the cabal wanted them to know, to believe, right? So anyway, if I get anything about protocol for some of the other countries, I will post it, but I think it's going to be pretty late. So best to follow someone. If you can find someone in the RV who's in your country, or maybe Ginger has an answer on that as well. But it's a lot easier for you guys.
Okay, thank you, Tressy. So are we finished with the Q&A?
Yeah, we're finished. Thanks everybody for coming. It was fun. It was interesting. I'm sure it'll be much more smooth next time because we'll have it all tested out and figured out. We tried to cover all our bases, but we didn't quite get it. So, all right, we'll see you next time. I'm so excited to be back. Oh my goodness. Hey la, the Tressy's back. All right, love ya. Bye-bye.
Good night, everyone. We love you.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.